Hey everyone, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer here. And I want to thank you for joining me today for Wednesday Wisdom. And today I want to talk about your perspective, like your perspective about life, your perspective about your situations. Your perspective affects a lot of not only the life you're currently living, but your future. And sometimes it requires a change in perspective to really transform your life, right? Like, as Dan Brown says, sometimes a change of perspective is all it takes to see the light. And so I'm going to tell you about a little story of myself where I realized recently that it was time for a change of perspective for me. And I go through this periodically. I think we all do. We all have our moments where maybe we're thinking negatively or we're thinking about the downside of things, and we need to change our perspective so that we can see the light, so that we can recognize the blessings and the things we have to be grateful for in life and really change our attitude, right? Like make a difference in how we're showing up. And that's what then in turn makes a difference in the life that we're living and in the future that we can create for ourselves. So anyway, this is what happened. Full confession here. Next week is my birthday, and for the last couple months, I have just been feeling like this dread about it. It's not a big monumental birthday, but it's close. So it's the last year that's upon me to be in my 40s. All right, I'll be 49 next week. And I was thinking about this birthday and I was just like dreading it. You know, my family always says, oh, what do you want to do for your birthday? And those kinds of things. And I was just like, bleh, nothing. I don't want to even think about this birthday. And so I was having this perspective about it that was very negative. I was just kind of in one of those modes where I felt like, it was not going to be a good one. It was, gosh, my last year to be in my 40s. Yuck, next year I'll be, older. I just like really having this negative perspective about the whole situation. And then I realized what I was doing. And I realized that it was time for a change of perspective, because what I started to think about is how blessed I actually was to be getting older, right? Like I always jokingly say to other people, as a matter of fact, I called somebody recently to wish them a happy birthday, and this woman is in her 80s, and she said, oh, well, gosh, I'm already this old. And I said, yeah, but isn't it better than the alternative? Like growing old, we can look at it as a real downer and our perspective can be negative, or we can see the gift that it is, like, hey, we get to live another year. We get to take another lap around the sun. And what a blessing that is, and what an opportunity it is to live our life to the fullest. And so I really started to change my perspective, and I started to think about the people I know who've not made it to the age I am. I have a very dear friend who passed away last year, my best friend, and she's not going to get to have that birthday this year. Others that I know who've not been able to make it that far in their lives, like, wow, pretty lucky to be getting older. And so that change of perspective started to change everything. It changed my outlook about the birthday and about life in general. It changed my attitude greatly. Now I'm pretty excited about it. And to be quite honest with you, I've already decided when I had this change of perspective, I was like, that's it. I'm celebrating all month long. And so I've been trying to do something every week that's really fun and a celebration of my birthday. And it's changed everything, right? I'm enjoying already, and it hasn't even happened yet. It's not till next week, but I'm enjoying this birthday. And it was just a matter of that change of perspective and seeing the light, seeing the positive, that changed everything. Obviously, the situation didn't change. I'm still going to have that birthday. I'm still going to be another year older. But what changed is my perspective. And so that's what I really want to challenge you to do today. You may be experiencing something in your life that you're not thrilled about, or maybe you have a struggle, or something that you've tried to do hasn't quite turned out like you wanted it to. You can have a negative perspective, or, who knows, maybe you feel like that's been your whole life, right? Like, oh, woe's me, nothing good ever happens to me. Well, you know what? I'm challenging you right now to change that perspective, change that belief. Start to see things in a different light. Start to see your life in a different light. Start to see the challenges that are in front of you, or the struggles that you have. See if you can see a different light. Change your perspective on those things so that you can begin to have a different outlook, a different energy, a different attitude towards those things. And I'm telling you, not only will it change the situation you're in and where you are right now in your life, but it's going to help you transform your future. It's going to change your life when you change your perspective. So how do you do that? There are so many ways that you can work on changing your perspective, but the one I really want to talk about today is simple awareness. Okay, awareness of what you're thinking and what you're speaking. Okay, two very simple things. You just be consciously aware. What are the things that I think on the regular? And start to look for themes or patterns in your thoughts. Like, if there's always something that's negative that you think about, or if you worry about something repeatedly over and over again, look for those negative thought patterns. And then look for negative language. And this might be, your language might be something that you say to others. For example, when somebody asks you how you're doing, or, how's everything going? And you go, oh, I'm just exhausted. I'm tired. I've been so busy. Like, if you find that you answer that way all the time, then you need to change that language. Or it might be something that you say to yourself internally. Okay, like maybe you're getting ready to do a presentation at work, or you need to talk to a coworker about a difficult situation, or maybe your spouse, and you start to think to yourself, oh, I can't do this. Who am I? I can't do this. This is never going to work out. They're not going to agree to this. They're never going to say yes. That language, that perspective that you have about the situation, like, this is going to be too hard. I can't possibly do this. When you see those things, or when you hear those things being repeated, those are perspectives that you have about life. And I want to challenge you then, when you have the awareness, to start to create a new truth for yourself. Okay? Simple shifts in your perspective. It doesn't have to be from one extreme to the other. Like, for example, if your perspective about weight loss and exercise is really negative, but you're someone who's overweight and you know that you need to lose weight, but you have a very negative feeling and perspective about exercising and losing weight, just make a simple shift. Start to just change that perspective a little at a time. Instead of, I can't do this, this is never going to work, just look for a new truth that could be something a little bit better. Like, I know that I can try here. I know that it's better than what I've been doing. If I exercise one day a week, I know that's better than not exercising at all. If I have courage and stand up to this coworker, I know that I will at least be proud of myself no matter how the situation turns out. Like, start to see things from a different light. Start to change your perspective. And another way that change of perspective is really, really possible is starting a gratitude journal. When we start to see the positive in life, when we start to see the things that we have to be grateful for, our perspective starts to change. Instead of focusing on all the negative, instead of focusing on the things that are wrong, or the things that aren't going right for us, or the opportunities that we didn't get, or the failures that we had, we start to see the positive in life. We start to see what's good, and we start to focus on that more. And what we focus on grows. What we think, what we speak, those are things that we believe, and what we believe starts to become our reality. So if you want your reality to change, it's time to change your perspective. So again, I want to challenge you to really work on that this week. And if you're struggling and you're not sure how, and you're like, I don't even know where to begin, then let me tell you what I want to do. I would love for you to join me in the Success Mastery Group Coaching Program. This program that I have it starts out as a 6-week program. You can choose if you want to be in for 6 weeks or the full 12 weeks. You can learn the core concepts of high performance, how to change your perspective, how to have clarity about who you want to be and how you want to show up, how to have the energy, the courage to be productive and influential in your life. We can do the core sessions together, or if you really are ready to take your life to another level, you can add the mastery sessions and have the full 12 weeks. But this is a group program that is something I'm super, super excited about, because you have the opportunity to learn many of the things that my private coaching clients do at a much reduced rate. So if you're interested in that, I want you to go to michelleweimer.com/SMG, and I'll put that link in the note with this video. But go there, check it out, and join us for the group, because if you're struggling with your perspective and you're struggling with where you are in life right now and that future that you want to create for yourself, this can help you. So until next time, I want to thank you for joining me here today for Wednesday Wisdom. And until next time, oh, guess what? You know what? Next week, I'm not going to be here, but I am going to be at a training that I'm super excited about, which I have more to tell you about when I get back. But until then, thank you for joining me. As always, I love sharing with you. And until next time, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer. Bye for now.